So, the 6.5 special program just got announced for this Friday, and if you are trying to plan your wishes, your farming, and your time, this is one of those streams you really do not want to miss. In this video, I am going to keep it simple and put everything you can reasonably expect from that live stream in one place, so you know what to watch out for, what will likely get confirmed, and what might still stay vague until the patch actually goes live. Let us start with the part most of you care about first, banners. The current leaked lineup is the debut of Linnea, with reruns for Chaska, Nefer, and Llama. The phase order is still not confirmed, so any phase talk right now is just a guess, but I will still share my personal take because it helps with planning. My guess is Linnea and Chaska in Phase 1 and Nefer plus Llama in Phase 2. The logic is pretty straightforward. Linnea is the new face and she is tied to the new patch hype, and pairing her with a more standalone rerun like Chaska in Phase 1 keeps Phase 2 open for the duo that a lot of people treat like a package deal. Because if you are looking at Nefer, you are probably also looking at Llama, and if you are looking at Llama, you are probably thinking about Lunar Bloom teams in general. Again, just my take, not a promise. The special program is where we finally get the real phase order, and once they show it, the guessing game is over. Now the other huge reason to be there live, codes. The stream will drop 3 codes worth 100 Primo Gems each, so 300 total. And you already know the drill, they expire fast. It is always the same sad story. People watch the live stream a few days after, the codes are gone, and then they comment, "I missed it." So, just be quick. I will post them on my channel the moment they drop, and I also post every extra code that appears during the version. So if you want the easy way to never miss free Primo Gems, you just need to subscribe. Okay, banners and codes are the obvious parts. But for 6.5, the map section could actually be one of the biggest highlights, because this patch is shaping up to have a very specific kind of exploration update. We are finally getting Dornan Port, which is honestly kind of funny if you have been around for a while, because a Mondstadt expansion has been whispered about for ages. For years it was one of those, yeah, maybe one day locations, and now it actually seems real. And it also makes sense with the direction of recent updates. Instead of always rushing forward into only brand new nations, they have been putting real effort into expanding older regions again and making them feel alive. Mondstadt is the most nostalgic region in the whole game for a lot of players. It is basically home base. So the idea of a new Mondstadt expansion that connects naturally to the existing world is already a win on vibe alone. If Dornman Port really lands as a proper Mondstadt extension, you can expect the usual permanent region stuff that comes with that. Exploration rewards, puzzles, chests, world quests, and some sort of offering or turn-in system tied to the region. Genshin almost always adds a collect this while exploring, then trade it in for rewards loop when they want a map to feel like it has progression. And it also helps your Primo Gem count in a way that event-only patches simply cannot. So even if you are not a hardcore explorer, it is still worth paying attention to, because a Mondstadt expansion usually means more long-term stuff to do, not just a weekend minigame. But here is where it gets even more interesting. On top of that Mondstadt overworld expansion, 6.5 is also expected to include a completely separate map, the so-called Space of Asmodee. And the key thing here is that it is not just more Mondstadt. This would be an independent area, accessed through story progression, similar in structure to Enkanomiya or the Chasm Underground. Those kinds of areas usually have their own atmosphere, their own rules, and their own identity, and they often end up being some of the most memorable places in the game because they do not have to follow the normal nation aesthetic. Now, do not expect them to sit there and explain everything. They will show it, tease it, give you 1 or 2 lines that sound deep, and then tell you to play the game. That is the classic move. But even a small teaser would be massive, because a separate realm area usually means more exploration, more rewards, and usually a more serious story tone compared to the normal patch loop. Then we have events. This part is usually predictable, but still important for Primo Gems. The normal structure is 3 events total, one main event that gives 850 Primo Gems, and 2 smaller events worth around 420 each. The program usually shows the main event first, gives you the overall theme, shows a few cutscenes and mini-games, and then quickly runs through the smaller ones. You normally do not need to understand every mini-game. The main point is just knowing what you are signing up for and when it starts, especially if you are busy and you want to make sure you do not miss the time-gated rewards. After the banners, maps, and events, the special program usually shifts into systems and endgame talk. That means stuff like new Spiral Abyss rotation details, Imaginarium Theater updates, and quality of life improvements. This is where you often get small but meaningful changes that do not sound flashy in the trailer, but actually improve your daily experience. Things like better menus, easier claiming, smoother tracking, or small additions to endgame loops. It is not always exciting to watch, but it is where the patch starts to feel better to play. And here is one more thing I want to mention, because it happens often enough that it is worth keeping in mind. The most important information is usually at the beginning of the live stream. That is where the big reveals happen: banner order, the main trailer, the headline map shots, and the first code. The second half is usually more general: dev talk, behind the scenes, small details, and some longer explanations. That does not mean the second half is useless, but if you are the type who cannot watch live for the full stream, the first part is the one you want to catch, because that is where the important planning info drops. Also, there is always a chance of a surprise. Sometimes they show something that was not even on the radar, like a random system upgrade, an unexpected character tease, or a new mechanic detail that did not leak cleanly. It does not happen every time, but it happens often enough that I never fully rule it out. So go into the program with a plan, but keep your eyes open. So yeah, that is the full expectation list for the 6.5 special program. Likely banner confirmation for Linnea, Chaska, Nefer, and Llama. The real phase order finally locked in, 3 fast expiring codes, a real look at Dornman Port as a Mondstadt expansion, and at least a tease of that separate space of Asmodee area if it is truly part of the patch. Then the standard event rundown, and the endgame and quality of life section to round it out. If you are watching this before Friday, drop a comment right now and tell me what you are hoping they confirm the most. Are you watching for Linnea's phase placement? Are you watching for the map? Or are you only there for the codes and dipping instantly after? And if you cannot watch live, no stress. I will post the codes the moment they drop, so you do not miss anything important. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next one.